Hello everybody and welcome to Take 2. This is the second time I've tried to start this episode. The first time the game crashed like 3 minutes in and I was like, I guess I'll go ahead. Actually, it wasn't 3 minutes in, it was like 8 minutes in. And we would have had to revert back to this save anyway, so I was just like, I guess I'll just reload this save and start the episode again. So what I've done previously is I did go ahead and start getting us all the level 2 techs. I started previously with Experimental Railroad, because that was a level 1 tech that we did not have yet. And we're getting 100 tech points a day because we do have some tech points saved up right now. However, we'll run out of those relatively quickly. I also went ahead and signed the Geneva Convention. There we go. And then I was going to do military-industrial complex, but you need to have a higher military score of 100. So that was a thing. I also started justifying on Egypt. In fact, I finished justifying. And we declared on Egypt, and the UK declined to help them. So I'm assuming that's going to happen again. I hope. I made a save before I did that, but then the game crashed like as it was saving and that save corrupted, so hopefully. Okay, UK is currently here, that's fine, they can do that. We're creating ourselves a few more brigades, but we're gonna have to chill on that pretty soon. But just look at how fast we're flying through this tech. It is going to slow down pretty soon though, so that's fine. Now, these so-called nationalists here, these are spooky. I don't really care too much about these guys, but these guys, we can't get our primary armies over to Sokoto. Thanks, America. We're maxed opinions, and they won't give us military access. So, that's a thing. So we now have railroad, so let's go ahead and just start working our way through the level 2 techs, like we were doing in the previous episode before it crashed. There we go. Oh, and the other thing that I did was I did cut our... What is this? Why is it saying that I'm losing 300 pounds a day? I'm not losing 300 pounds a day. Anyway, I cut my taxes down to 50% in the previous version, so I'm going to do that here as well. And I was grouping up troops over there. But for right now, I'm largely fine being at peace, although I'm okay with fighting Egypt too. They have very little military strength, so that's a thing. So yeah, I'm okay with pushing up to here. The question is, what after that? Well, they don't seem interested in colonizing this area over here. Once we become a secondary power, which we will do pretty soon, we're at rank 18 right now. I'm pretty sure that's the way that works anyway. Sort by rank. Yeah, we're rank 18. Fantastic. So we just need to move up a little bit. Okay, great powers are starting to take interest, but I'll concede the point. We don't have a right to rule Nigeria, we just do. Okay. So we're marching over there now. And as you can see, our tech rate has slowed down appreciably, down to this 9.82 level per day. Oh, we've discovered artillery production. That's nice. So we can actually make artillery now, if we make an artillery foundry. Now, how do we go about making an artillery foundry? Presumably it's expanding the factories? Yeah, okay. Now, many of these we can't yet make. Oh wow, they're very expensive. Okay. Good to know. We'll continue banking up money for that then. Okay, so we can have 8 factories in each of our states. But it is on the state level rather than on the province level. Okay, that's a little bit odd, but works for me. So we have finished our justification, right? No, we're at 93%. 9 more days. Excellent. Now, when I declared this previously, the UK declined to defend them. And I did everything basically exactly the same. So I'm assuming the UK will decline to defend them again. But let's go ahead and bump up our military spending a little bit. Why is this saying I'm losing 304 pounds per day? I'm not. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and spend, say, 25 pounds a day on our military. Something along those lines. That's 42%. Let's just bump it up to 50%. And then we'll just bump our taxes for the duration of this war up to 60%. Like that. Okay. There we go. I guess it's because of our national stockpile, because we are accumulating various things. Except that we can't actually buy the things. Yeah, we're spending it on timber, but the timber is not available. That explains it. Okay. So, the UK declined to aid Egypt in their war. Perfect. As anticipated. Just like they did in the previous iteration. So we're basically just carrying out this strategy where we go like this and like this. And it's gonna be great, I'm sure. There will be no problems with this war. Oh, they found the Allosaurus. Good job, guys. War between Ecuador and Peru? Oh no! So we're gonna continue expanding into Egypt for right now. And once this is done, I mean, I'd really like to make an artillery foundry. How much would an artillery foundry actually cost to make? About 16,000 pounds. Now, we can't build it because we don't have all of the money up front. Wow. Like, I would have expected the base cost of the 15,000. Well, that's stockpile lack cost. I would have expected there to be a base cost that you pay, kind of like with the expanding of the railroads, and then you just purchase the goods after that as you can. That's a little weird. Oh well, we are rocketing forward in tech, which is great. We can do a reform. And do we want to? Let's see here. This would make the rich be the only ones who vote. It would give us some immigrant attraction. 56.77% of the upper house votes yes. So this would make the reactionaries angry. This would make the conservatives and the socialists and the liberals happy, and the anarcho-liberals unhappy. Okay. And we are on the Jefferson method, apparently. So, political awareness plus 100%, immigrant gain. Not very many of the population want this reform. Or this reform. Very few people want press rights. And nobody wants harassment. Who would have thought? Okay, so they don't actually want these reforms. So, currently no one's allowed to vote. This way only aristocrats and capitalists may vote. But the majority of the House would approve of it. And of that one. And of that one. And of that one. And of that one. So I guess that proves that the House... I mean, the House does represent the people's ideologies fairly closely. Huh. Well, let's go to landed voting. Excellent. Oh, hello. Egypt has an army. That's okay. They can do that. I'm going to crank the taxes to 100% for the duration of this war. I'm also going to put the military spending at 100% here. And we're making money. Excellent. Where are these guys going? They're going into Obeid. Down here. I'm okay with this. They're going to take attrition there. Like how we're taking attrition up here. We're 35% occupation progress here. They'll arrive on 23 June. Okay, where are we losing all this pop to? Immigration, maybe? Like, are they leaving for immigration? Do we have a modifier for this? Or is it just soldiers that are dying? I don't know. It's a little bit unclear here where this pop is going from this tooltip. Okay, so they're sieging down over here. They are purely infantry. Oh, we discovered existence of dragoons. Fantastic. Limited constitutionalism. Oh, hello. The political reforms enacted in the past few years have led to a situation where the absolutism of our monarchy can now legitimately be called into question. No longer is the king free to dictate the course of the nation to his own musings, but instead has had to accept several constitutional hems and restrictions on his exercise of power. For those reasons, our government form is no longer most accurately described as an absolute monarchy. So we now have Prussian constitutionalism. Okay. So what does that mean for us? We can appoint a ruling party still. Presumably now the House has to vote on things, and we can only do things if the House will vote on it. Okay, elections are starting. Final results will be in on 7 January, in 6 months. Okay. That's a while. Oh wow, look at their attrition. They're getting wrecked down there. They've lost 4,000 troops. Living wage. A place to live and escape the weather, some clothing for warmth and comfort, some food, bread and cheese one day, perhaps meat on a good day. We don't want much, we don't need much, just some necessities to be able to live and work. A pamphlet has been published in Ethiopia detailing the plight of our nation's poor. The pamphlet has gained a fair amount of national attention, and some members of parliament have started arguing in favor of legislation enforcing higher minimum wages. Okay, so Nigerians would become 40% more in favor of trinket min wage, and we'd gain a militancy, which we are losing militancy, although it's going up apparently according to the tooltip. Or all of the rich strata in Nigeria would lose to militancy, or we should actually do the reform. All poor strata would lose a militancy. The rich would gain 3 militancy and 1 consciousness, but I kind of don't care about the rich, do I? Like, their population is so small in comparison. Like, where do we see our breakdown of poor versus rich? I know it's here somewhere, and our breakdown is really, really small in the favor of rich. I just don't remember where it was exactly. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're doing a minimum wage. Excellent. So these guys are going to walk into Khartoum and take out this army as soon as they're done. We can now make a small arms factory and make our own small arms. That's going to be a big deal. Okay, we're at 95%. Every day it's going up by 1. We should be able to get here in time to take out this army. Fantastic. In we go. And we don't actually have to go through Khartoum. There is a tiny little border here, so they are technically adjacent. Fantastic. We've discovered muzzle-loaded rifle armament. So I think... Yeah, hang on. We'll get to that. As I was saying, I think those discoveries mean that we've discovered that they simply exist, and that we still need to research them. Like, the muzzle-loaded... No, we have muzzle-loaded rifles. And we did have it. I don't know why it's popping that up. Anyway, it is time to put a cut in here, and I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll deal with this debate on trade policy. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.